Hello everyone, today we're going to do another Commander Legends deck tech. For this commander I chose Hamza, Guardian of Arashin. This guy is a plus card commander that makes all of her creature spells cost less and more style. So Hamza costs 1 less for each creature you control with plus card in it, and then it pretty much gives every creature spell in your hand that ability. So for each creature you control with plus card in it, creature spells that you cost 1 less for each of them. This command is really powerful, lets us get a whole bunch of cool stuff out for free or at minimal mana cost. And it's like a really cool buff green deck. You put plus cards and everything, you're swinging for a lot of damage, you're drawing a whole bunch of cards. And it's really fun. So here is the actual deck. We have 4 main things that we're going to do. We have plus counters, we got card advantage, we got ramp, and then we just got other stuff. So for plus counters, we got a few cards that like lets us put a whole bunch of plus counters on stuff, or gives bonuses to stuff that's plus counters. Pretty much just boosts its ability as fast as possible. So we got Asbin Battle Priest. This has Outlast, which is good because it gets bigger and bigger over time. If we have some open mana, we can flood into this. And it says each creature you control with plus counter, it has lifelink. This creature is going to gain us so much life because all of our guys are going to have plus counters on them, and they're all going to get bigger and bigger. We also got Anek Bondkin, which puts all of our plus counters on creatures, give them also first strike, which is pretty good. It also has Outlast. We got Johnny, which puts plus counter on each up to 2 creatures. The other abilities help on later on, but they only really help when stuff dies or if we stall the game enough that we can actually do its ultimate. We got Alaru, which is a cool commander that I'm going to do a deck tech on in a few days from now. It says when enters the battlefield, put plus counter on each up to 2 other creatures. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control and it dies, create a 1/1 white spirit token of flying. This guy's good because it pretty much is what it says is it pretty much once it hits the battlefield, it makes our commander cost 2 less to cast. And then whenever something that has a 1 plus counter that would reduce its cost because it's dying, I get an extra guy out of it, which is really powerful. And then I could put plus counter on that guy to recover the mana loss. We also got Arcbound Worker, which we're always going to cast for free. We got Arlen, which pretty much is 6 mana, but it's a well spent mana because we can -2 it to make everything cost 1 less. We also have Barsley's Lieutenant, which says when Barsley's Lieutenant enters the battlefield, put plus counter target creature control. And then whenever it leaves, if it had a plus counter, you get a 2/2 with Vigilance. It's the same thing with the Alarhu guy, but it's with Knights. We also got Barsley's Saladri, which puts plus counter on each creature you control, which is pretty powerful because if none of our guys have plus counters, we pay 2 mana, we pretty much just ramp for like 5, 6, 7 mana on each creature, which is really powerful. We got Biogenic Ooze, which is really good because we can, over time, just make all of our stuff cost 1 less, 1 less, 1 less, and then we can swarm them with a bunch of oozes. We also got Clockwork Beetle, which is a 1 mana 2/2, and it says whenever it attacks or blocks, remove a plus counter from an end of combat. But we don't ever have to worry about that because we're just going to play it down just so we can cast our commander or something else from our hand for free. We got Elite Scale Guard, which has Bolster 2. Throwback all the way back to Khans of Tarkir. We got whenever creature you control with plus counter and it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. That's really powerful because once we have a whole bunch of guys plus counters them, they all swing and then they're not able to be blocked because all their guys are tapped. We got ML the Blessed, which says whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, you may pay green or white. If you do, put plus counter on it. It also has 3 to pretty much protect target creature, which is pretty good. We also got Endless One, which is really versatile creature because we can cast it for any amount of mana and it enters with that much plus counters on it. Doesn't matter how much plus counters a creature you control has, It still only reduces it by 1, but it's still really good because we can end up casting this for 10, 11, 12, and getting in for damage. We also got Good Fortune Unicorn, which pretty much makes all of our guys enter the battlefield plus counter. We also got Yang Wildcrafter, which makes all of our guys be able to tap to add mana, and they can also put plus counters to creatures. We also got Luminarch Aspirant, which puts plus counter on a creature you control each combat, which is pretty good. We also got Mykius, which enters with X plus counters, and it can put a plus counter on each creature you control. We also got Minus Automaton, which is pretty good because it pretty much leads us to get a whole bunch of card advantage and put plus counters and stuff, and like ditch the stuff we don't need, get a whole bunch of new stuff, refreshing stuff in our hand. It's pretty good. We also got Nisa to put plus counter on each creature you control and put plants onto the battlefield. We also got Pollen Bright Druid, which is really good because Perfoliate lets us double all the plus counters on our creatures because they're always going to have like at least one. We also got Pride Malakan, which makes all of our guys have trample. Renata makes everything entered with an additional plus counter. Scrounging Bandar enters with 2 plus counters, and then at the beginning of her upkeep, you may move any number of plus counters to another target creature. It's pretty good because it can reduce our commander costs by 2. We also got Sporeback Troll, which has Graft 2, which pretty much what it does is whenever another creature enters the battlefield, any creature, even opponent's creatures, you can move one of the plus counters on it to another target creature. And it also has 1 in green to regenerate a creature with plus counter on it. This card's really, really good because Regenerate doesn't actually have it leave the battlefield, so they retain the plus counter, so this lets us protect all the stuff that we have. We got Steel Overseer, which makes all of our artifacts get plus counter. Stone Coil Serpent, pretty much another guy that's free. Twilight Drover, pretty much. We don't have a lot of tokens in this deck, but once we put at least 1 plus counter in it, the engine starts and we have a whole bunch of guys. We get to put a whole bunch of plus counters on each of our guys, and it ramps us a lot. We got Ugin Congruent, which is another free guy. And then we got Venerated Loxodon and Vedrus Gearhulk. Vedrus Gearhulk says when it enters the battlefield, distribute 4 plus counters to each creature you control. Okay, we also got some card advantage. We got Abundance, which pretty much says whenever we draw a card, we could pick land or non-land, we get chosen type, so that we don't end up drawing lands late in the game. We got Armorcraft Judge, which lets us draw a card for each creature with plus counter on it. We got Beast Whisper. We got Colossal Magistry, which, though we don't have a lot of creatures with base power 2 or greater, we put a whole bunch of plus counters in it, and our commander's a 5/5. Death Presence is really good because it lets us retain our plus counters even if our guys are dying, so that we can just put a whole bunch of plus counters on one guy and just swing for Oblivion. Greater Good's good because it lets us draw a whole bunch of cards. Guardian Project's good in any commander deck that has green. Hydra's Growth lets us double plus counters. We also got Inspiring Call, which lets us draw a card for each creature with plus counter on them. They also gain Indestructible as a bonus. We got Crafter's Bestiary, which is really good because it lets us scry 1. We also got a Mentor of the Meek, which most of our guys have base power and toughness 2 or less, so we can pay 1 to draw a card. We got Grand Phosphine, which is really good because whenever a creature actually hits your opponent, we get a draw card, and it gives all of our guys Death Touch. We also got Riskar's Expertise, which lets us draw a card equal to the biggest of the big that we have. And then we get to play one of our creatures with 5 or less without paying its mana cost. We also got Season Growth, which is really good because it lets us scry 1 over and over again. And whenever we cast a spell that would put plus counter into our creature, we had to draw some cards. We got Soul to Harvest, which is also good pretty much on any green deck. We also got the Grey Henge, which lets us put plus counter on each creature you control when they enter, and lets us draw a card as well as ramping us. Okay, so we also have some standard ramp with Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, Farseek, Mind Stone, Rampant Growth, Silesian Cluestone, Silesian Signet, and Soul Ring. For a land base, we got a really simple land base with just 20 forest, 1 Graverny Township, which lets put ++ card on each creature we control. And we also got 19 plains. For all the other stuff, it's just some big stuff that we might want to hit with Hamza as Apex Devastator. So if we just want to screw up the entire game and just play a whole bunch of big flashy stuff. Bane of Progress has ++ counters and also removes all artifacts and enchantments. We also have Karmic Guide and Thalia. Okay, so that's the deck. We're just going to do a quick play test of the deck just to give you a feel of the deck. Okay, so this looks pretty good. So we're going to do turn 1. We're going to play plains. We're going to tap the plains and play a Soul Ring. And then we're going to tap the Soul Ring to play Stone Coil Serpent. Then we're going to draw a card. We're going to untap. We're going to... Sure, let's play Luminarch Aspirant. And we're also going to play land for turn. We have 1 mana floating. We can't use it, so we're going to put a plus. This guy started with 2 ++ counters. Let's go 2. Now this guy with combat now has a counter. Okay, we're going to go next turn. We're going to draw. We're going to untap. We're going to play a land for turn. And we're going to play Command Sphere, so we can actually play our commander, which would be nice. We're just going to go like boop, boop. So now we have 2 guys with ++ counter on it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is not enough yet. But we're going to play Life Crafter's Bestiary. And at the beginning of combat, we're going to put a counter on Luminarch. Okay, next turn, we're going to draw a card. We're going to tap. We're going to scry 1. Okay, looks good. We play land for turn. So I think we have enough for commander now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. So now that we got this guy out, it's pretty good. We're going to, let's play an extra green to it to let us draw a card, which we know is Bane Progress. Then we are going to, being in combat, put a ++ card on Hamza. And then we're going to pass. We draw a card. We untap all of our stuff. We're going to play Guardian Project. And we're going to... Oh, wait, we need green. Do we have enough for both? Oh, yeah, we get scry 1, so we don't need to draw that. We'll put that in the bottom. So we draw. Okay, that's better. So we're going to play this guy out for 1 green because it's only costs 1 in the green, but we have a whole bunch of ++ counter. We're going to put a counter in it. Then we're going to play 1 extra green into it, I think, to draw a card. Okay, we drew land. Sure, let's play land for turn. And let's play Guardian Project. Okay, then we're going to move to combat. We would swing for a good amount of damage. Combat happens. Put another ++ card on that. We swing for 1, 2. This guy's in the face. Whole bunch of damage. We're going to draw. We untap. But we're going to scry that to the bottom. We draw. Oh, not much better. We play Bane of Progress for 2. But before that happens, we get to draw a card from Guardian Project. But we're not going to Life Crafter's Bestiary. And we're going to sadly lose all of our ramp, but we're going to tap it for mana. So we get to draw a card. We're going to play down Arcane Signet. This guy has some counters on him. And you get the point. You pretty much play a whole bunch of guys. put plus plus counters on them. You're gonna draw a whole bunch of cards because you got a whole bunch of Card Advantage, Guardian Project, Life Crafters, Bestiary. It's a pretty fun deck. It's really cool, beefy green style of deck if you like playing that in that game style. And I hope you like the deck. The deck list will be in the description, and goodbye.